To say that I was a weird kid would be a massive understatement. I would talk to my imaginary friend, because I barely had any. I liked the smell of my own farts, still might to this day. And I ate napkins in an attempt to impress girls. But my personal favorite, my coup de grace, or so you could say, was picking my nose. Now, it wasn't the actual picking action that was sending all the endorphins/serotonins to my brain. It was seeing the haul of green gold that I would take out of my nose. The euphoria that I got from getting a big, fat, juicy one was immeasurable, because then I could roll it up in my fingers and essentially play with it. It was my fidget spinner before the fidget spinner. Now that I think about it, no wonder I always got sick when I was young. Half the time I'm touching dirty objects with my finger, and the other half of the time I have that same finger up my nose mining for gold. Picking my nose quickly became a chronic habit that I had, especially at certain points of the day. In particular, around the early afternoon, right after lunchtime. At home, this was the prime time to go mining. You've inhaled enough garbage throughout the day that all the mines are rather full, and you'll be able to obtain some serious nuggets. But why am I saying all this to you, you ask? Well, the problem lies when the time comes around and you have to go to school. So in 2nd grade, one of my last classes was art class. And how the class usually goes is that we all pile on this green rug that's right in front of the teacher's canvas, where she outlines what the plan is for the day and does a little demonstration while we all sit and watch. But remember, this was one of my last classes in the day. So this class was around 1:30 in the early afternoon. You know where I'm going with this? Yeah, you know where I'm going with this, you know. In the usual art class, I don't even notice how full the quarry is. And if I do, it's a slight inconvenience that I take care of later on a trip to the restroom. But for some reason today, while I'm watching my teacher draw a potato or something, there's a constant pressure pushing out of my nose, and that's when I knew the mines had to be near to bursting. I've only had this feeling a few times before, but I knew the big one was coming. Now, let's play a guessing game on what young Wonmin decides to do next, okay? I'll give you 3 options and you choose what you think will happen. A. I ask to be excused to the restroom and take care of the tons of gold deposits in a safe environment, like a smart person. B. I completely ignore it. Or C. I pick it right here, right now. I'll give you some time to think about it. Well, if you read the title of this video, well then you already know that the correct answer was B. I completely ignored it. Okay, video over. I'm kidding. It's obvious I'm an idiot, so I chose C. So I knew that picking my nose wasn't exactly acceptable behavior, so I did take a look around before I began my escapades. I looked to my right, I looked to my left, and then proceeded to cover my nose with my offhand, using the rationale where it's like, I can't see you, so therefore you can't see me type of deal, and proceeded to go to town on my nose. Nice. And I'll save you the details, but let's just say I became rich that day. So I'm over here, having the time of my life, and then I hear a voice say, "Wonmin, what are you doing?" I look up and it's my classmate Allie staring right at me. But I was thinking, how could she see me? I had my offhand covering my nose. If she can't see what's happening under here, how could she know what I'm doing? "Ew, he's picking his nose," she says. And now everyone is staring at me with disgusted looks on their faces. I can't blame them. And I would assume that my face turned bright red because it definitely felt like it. That's all that I remember from this day, because I think that my brain repressed the memory out of pure embarrassment. Rest assured, I never did something like that again.